show you.
Green is at 5, yellow is at 6 minutes, and then red is at 7.
Okay, sure. Thank you.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. It's now 6:33, and I'd really like to call this meeting to order. I want to welcome you all to this meeting tonight. Before we get going, I would like us to recite the Pledge of Allegiance. Please join me as we do that. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America
and to the
and to the republic for which it stands,
one
one
nation,
nation,
under God,
under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. We've got a packed agenda tonight. We have 2 speeches, and we're going to have table topics as well. But before we get going, I'd really like to call on our guests to introduce themselves and give us an idea of how they got here. To start, kick us off is Nikita. Nikita, can you please introduce yourself and let us know how you got here? What you drew you to us. Over to you.
Oh, my name is Nikita Lamar. I'm an attorney in the Houston area. I've been interested in becoming a member of Toastmasters, or at least trying a few meetings for a few years, but just never got around to it. I found this particular group because I asked another group about whether or not I could join the meeting, and they were a closed group, so they recommended this particular group. So that's what brought me here today. As far as why I wanted to do Toastmasters is I'm wanting to be more engaged as far as content. I want to do more as far as telling people what it is that I do, and I want to be more comfortable in doing that. So that's why I chose to do this.
Excellent. Thank you very much and welcome. We would really appreciate for you to join us.
Thank you.
Next is Dinesh. Dinesh, if you're still hearing me, can you please unmute yourself and introduce yourself to us? Dinesh.
Yeah, sure. Hello, everyone. Yeah, my name is Dinesh Teneti. I'm an IT professional working in the Houston area. I currently work for Shell Oil and Gas Company. And like I've been trying different Toastmasters, trying to find a club where I can join. So the one that I tried out previously was the one in Katy. That's I need to go there in person, and then this is the online club. I'm still trying it out, and then the reason for me to join the Toastmasters is like I want to improve my public speaking skills, and also at work when I do presentations, things like that. So I thought this will be helpful to pick up those skills, and that's the reason I'm joining today.
All right, thank you very much for joining us. I think those are the 2 guests that we've got so far. Without further ado, I would like to turn the control of the meeting over to the Toastmaster of the evening, Toastmaster Michael Ogbemodia. Mr. Toastmaster, over to you.
Thank you very much, Mr. President, fellow Toastmaster, and our honored guest. I would like to extend a warm welcome to our special guest who is joining us for the first time. This is our first meeting of the year. There's no better place to be than to be here at this particular point in time. You are welcome. I also want to thank our member for participating to today's meeting. You are welcome. One thing I would like to say before we start is each year has its own challenges and each year has its own resolution. I believe at one point in time, we all had made New Year resolution, either written or unwritten, spoken or spoken. We have made some that sometimes we are able to keep it, some we are not able to keep. My particular was to lose at least 20 pounds last year. Instead, I gained 5 more, it's 25 pounds now, so I couldn't lose the weight. So New Year's resolution is here, and I want to encourage us, whatever resolution that we made, we should please include our club in our New Year resolution. Attendance, punctuation, punctuality, and signing up for role, those will be a good resolution to make as a Toastmaster, a commitment of becoming, of doing new things for the new year. Having said that, we have, as our club president have said, we have 2 speakers for tonight. And our meeting, for our guests, our meeting is divided into 3 parts. We usually call it the pie. The P part of the pie is the prepared speeches, which we have those 2 speakers going to be giving their speech today. And we also have the I part of the pie is the impromptu speeches, whereby we ask questions on the fly for members to challenging questions, for members to think on their toe and try to answer the question as much as possible. There is no right or wrong question. 99% of the time is opinionated question. And the E part of the meeting is the evaluation part. That's where we evaluate everything that we did tonight. And of course, at the end of the meeting, our guests will be given an opportunity to give us their feedback on our meeting. Today, I'm not going to be doing it by myself. I have a team that's already prepared, outstanding team that's going to be assisting me in tonight's meeting. Without further ado, I'm going to introduce the General Evaluator to introduce her team. Over to you, Madam General Evaluator.
Thank you. Good evening, Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Postmaster, and dear guests. I'm the General Evaluator for tonight, and the purpose of my role as a General Evaluator is to introduce the evaluation team, just like Michael said earlier. And also, when they do their evaluation, I will do overall evaluation for this meeting at the end. Evaluation is a very important part of the Toastmaster program because giving feedback and receiving feedback, with all this, it will improve our speaking and the leadership skills. A good evaluation should be helpful, encouraging, and the motivation. So before I move on, let's call my first person on the team, the grammarian. And today our grammarian is Nikita. Nikita, do you want to introduce your role? I think she has some internet issue.
Yeah, maybe she's frozen.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can just introduce that to us.
Sure. So as a grammarian, the main role is to introduce the word of the day for all the use. And today the word of the day is becoming. It's a simple word. I guess we are going to become something, right? So becoming. Nikita, can you talk now? It looks like we lost you for a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. Sorry about that, but it
That's okay.
started to put me back in immediately. So I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, I think it's probably some internet issue. So do you want to introduce your role as a grammarian?
Sure.
Okay.
So the grammarian introduces the word of the day for all to use as often as possible, begins catching positive phrases used by all, and watches for grammatical corrections to positively guide speakers in a report given toward the end of the meeting.
That's
And
great.
should I introduce the word now, or when do I introduce it?
You do it now.
Okay. So so the word for today is sanguine, and that means optimistic or positive, especially in an apparently bad or difficult situation. example of usage is he is sanguine about prospects for the global economy.
Okay. Thank you. I think it's a little bit different from the what is in the agenda, because on the agenda it says becoming. So do you mind test it on the our chat for the word
Oh
and
no,
the,
I didn't know that it was like another word because I didn't get the email.
oh
So I
sure.
didn't know that there was already a word. So that's fine. That's better than the one I gave. It's probably
It's
easier.
in
So
the chat. It's in the chat
okay,
now,
Right.
Nikita.
Okay. Yeah.
okay. So the word of the day is becoming. Beginning to be or the process of coming to be something. Example usage, a number of the is I don't know what a number
Southwest
of
Project
the
Management
members of this
Toastmaster
team,
Club.
is that what it is? Okay. Are becoming expert public speakers, or it is becoming clear that we are in a totally new year.
Yeah. Great. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. So our next important role is the accounter. So the accounter today is Soma. Soma, do you want to introduce your role?
Yes, hi, I'm Shoma Chatterjee. Today I'm the accountant, and the purpose or the service that accountant provides in this meeting is to count the or make a note or count the filler words or overused word. For example, um, mm, that's why, that kind of word. So I will be uh, paying close attention to your speech, all of your speech, and I will try to make a count of those filler words. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Soma. All right. Our
Well,
next um, is timer and is Soma as well. So Soma, do you want to introduce your role as a timer?
yeah. So I'll only be timing Akin's speech, and as I mentioned, like timer is always like time is a very important factor in Toastmaster because we would like to finish, we would like to convey our message or our speech within a particular time. Uh, for example, the speech uh, for the main speech, uh, I will gonna show you a green sign at 5 minutes, and then yellow sign at 6 minutes, and red sign at 7 minutes for Akin's speech.
Okay. A correction. So be a timer. So Akin, are you the timer or Soma is the timer?
I am the timer, but Soma is going to time my speech as he said.
Okay, sorry, it's
And
my fault.
for the, yeah, that's fine. For Avi's speech, I believe Avi's speech is 10 to 12, he said.
Okay.
Yeah, 10 to 12 minutes. Yeah, 10 to 12 minutes. And then at 10 minutes, Avi is going to see a green light in the background. And then at 11, yellow. And at 12, red.
Mm-hmm.
Now, with respect to the table topics, it's going to be 1 to 2 minutes. 1 minute green, 1 minute 30 seconds yellow, and then 2 minutes will be red. And then they've got 30 seconds to wrap it up at that point. And then for the evaluations, it's going to be 2 to 3 minutes. At 2 minutes is going to be green, 2.5 minutes is going to be yellow, and then 3 minutes is going to be red. And then 30 seconds afterwards, they'll need to wrap it, otherwise they will be disqualified.
Okay.
And Avi and I are the evaluators. We're going to be evaluating each other. That is my role, in addition to some are helping out tonight. Back to you, Madam General Evaluator.
Thank you for your help to complete the whole introduction of the timer role. And our next important functionary is the ballot counter. And tonight, our ballot counter is also Mr. Akin.
Thank you, Madam General Evaluator. I will be using the electronic polling system to push out the ballots. Please, when the time is right for me to push it out, just let me know ahead of time and I will push it out so that people can vote electronically. That is my role as ballot counter. Over to you, Madam General Evaluator.
Thank you. Thank you for my wonderful team. All right, I'm going to turn back to Mr. Toastmaster. Michael, back to you.
Thank you very much, Madam General Evaluator. Today, as we are already done, we have two seasoned veterans. They're going to be giving us powerful speech tonight. Before I continue, is the evaluator going to introduce them, or you want me to do the introduction?
No, you should introduce the speakers.
Okay. Thank you for that. Our first speaker tonight is no other person but our president, and also a DTM, is a seasoned veteran of Toastmasters, and his name is Akin Oni. Akin Oni is an energy industrial leader, has been with Toastmasters since the fall of 2016. He has an unquestionable taste for good leadership and governance, as well as positive change and transformation. In his speech tonight, a persuasive influence level 2, Akin reviewed 2023 before it happened by providing insight on the steps to make it your best year yet. Without further ado, let's welcome Mr. Akin Oni as he gives his speech. Over to you, Mr. Akin.
Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster, and good evening, everyone. As you heard, my name is Akin Oni, and I'm so pleased to be here. We are now in 2023. Can you believe that? Just a little under 3 years ago, we were talking about a pandemic. Now it's 2023. I am here tonight to encourage us, to challenge us, to ask us questions around how you want your 2023 to be, and what kind of steps will you be taking to make sure that you have a great 2023. As you all know, my journey in the Toastmaster, as Mr. Toastmaster for the meeting tonight said, I joined the Toastmaster in 2016, and since then, I've not looked back. I slowed things down a little bit at one point in time, but I've done my best, given the circumstances, to stay in tune with what is going on within Toastmasters. Toastmasters International has shaped me, has helped me to grow, has helped me to be who I am today by the grace of God. And in doing that, I just want to encourage you that sitting still and not doing anything, either as a functionary or as a speaker, is not going to move us forward this year. What are some of the things that we need to look at as we continue our journey in 2023? Number one, we need to believe the opportunity that 2023 presents us. What opportunity do you believe that you have? What don't you have that you believe that you need? I don't know what your thoughts are regarding the opportunities out there, but there are so many opportunities that will come before us this year. And I just want you to believe that you can do it. You see that you are a scarcity thinker or an abundant thinker. Even you may hear me and say, but Akin, I tried last year, but it just didn't work out. Let me be the first to tell you tonight that upgrade your belief. Maybe you need to stretch yourself. You need to push yourself a little bit more within the Toastmasters. That will help you. Next is looking into your past. What is it that is bothering you now because they happened in the past? Can I just encourage you tonight to nail the past? Complete it. Look at it, look at the lessons learned, the good, the bad, the ugly, but let the past be the past and then move on. Those who will choose to move on, this year will realize the full benefits of 2023. And I just want to encourage you, within the Toastmasters International, there are opportunities that will come your way, either to speak or to participate in one activity or another. I just want you to not feeling that you are inadequate. I want you to go for it. Do the best that you can to be the best you this year. Next is talking about your future, which is your future with respect to 2023. What are you thinking with respect to yourself? What are your desires? What are your aspirations? If you can sit back now and design or preferably engineer that tomorrow, you will be the better for it. I just want you to be encouraged that there is a lot that we can take advantage of in 2023, but we can design now how we want our 2023 to be. Write it down, make it plain on tables, so that on a day-to-day basis, you review it. You can ask yourself whether you are making progress or you are not making progress. It's very important. And I just want to make sure that as you do that, don't just stay in the smart zone, because they will say when you set goal, make it smart. I'm going to advise you, as Michael Hyatt once said, make it smart. Add ER to the smart. The E will be exciting. Make it exciting. What are your goals this year? And then the R is, some people use relevance, some people use risk. I prefer to use risk because risk allows you to stretch yourself. Stretching yourself is very important if you are going to move forward. How do you want to stretch yourself? It depends on you. I just want you to think about that. Then as you do all this, understand your why. Why are you in Toastmasters? Why are you here tonight? Why are you doing what you are doing? Understanding your why is going to help you to move a lot further, faster. I am here tonight to encourage you. Define why you are within Toastmasters, what you want to get out of it. Don't just be a meeting goer. Be someone that is focused, that has goals, and you are going to do the best that you can to push through your goals. And once you've done all this, I call this performance. Go out there and make it happen. You have plans, you have aspirations, you have goals, you're defining, make it happen. Just make it happen. That's very important. Go, don't fear anything. Don't fear that you are not going to be successful. Because the more you think you are not going to be successful, the less enthusiasm or less enthusiastic you are going to be to actually be successful. It is vitally important. In fact, like Richard Branson once said, opportunities are like buses. There's always another one coming. Don't think that you lost opportunities last year. Give it another shot this year, because opportunities come and go. But don't think because you lost one, another one is not going to come. But just be ready for it. In summary, in 2023, believe that all great things are possible for you. Within Toastmasters, outside Toastmasters, in your family, at work, in your career, in your profession. Put closure on the past by examining your life. Engineer your future, as I said earlier. Establish your why. Make it happen. And in closing, I would say to you, like my wife told me recently, a life that is examining is a life that is worth living. Thank you very much. Back to you, Mr. Toastmaster.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. At this time, Mr. Tama, please put a minute on a time so that we can give our president, Mr. Akionin, a feedback. 1 minute on a time, please. Mr. Timer, how are we doing on the time?
Hello, sorry. Should I
How are
tell
we
the
doing on the
time?
time?
Huh?
Your time?
Oh, the time was 7 minutes, 20 seconds.
No.
No, it's 1 minute. Let's continue. Now I'm
Okay.
back as a timer.
All right.
Apologies.
All right. All right. Our second speaker tonight is Mr. Toastmaster Avi. I always like listening to him when he speaks. He speaks with a lot of wisdom and creativity. Mr. Avi, long back, Avi was one of the happy consumer of his favorite brand. Since then, a lot have changed, and that stood as a life lesson for many individual or corporate. Today is just a look back to those lessons. And his speech is going to be, Mr. Avi going to be speaking from 10 to 12 minutes, 10 to 12 minutes. I'm curious to know what those products and brands are. Without further ado, let's give it up for Mr. Avi as he give his speech. Over to you, Toastmaster Avi.
Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster. Good evening, everybody. I am so happy to be here. And today, as Mr. Toastmaster said, this presentation is very, very special to me. One of the main reasons why it's special to me, because as a child, not as a child, I would say, as a young adult back 20 years, I used to dream that one day I should be able to get this product because I have seen people use it. One day I can afford it and I should be able to use it. So this is a quick journey of that timeline. We came along a long way, and today what we can learn from it. Disclaimer, this is all my own feeling about it. The stats is accurate though. Let's start rolling. Anyone here can tell me what this brand is? RIM. All right. The full form of this brand is Research in Motion. I hope a few of you already got a little hint what I am talking about. If not, this particular brand today, it is a $2 billion organization. It is now a security software company that prevents hacking and ransomware attacks. It's pretty niche and big. And this company was founded in 1984. Any guess? Anybody? Any guess? What am I talking about? All right, I think it's time to reveal it. Ladies and gentlemen, today my presentation is about my then used to be favorite brand, BlackBerry. BlackBerry was one of my dream devices at one point of time to use it because it was so niche and so exclusive that only one set of people used to use at one point of time. I was in school, I was in college. I had a flip phone. At one point, it was not even a flip phone. It was like, it had like one line of text message kind of thing, that old phone. And I'm talking about BlackBerry in its peak days, going back to 2008 and 2007 time period. BlackBerry used to make some really good phones. And one of them are like these, the keyboard ones, and the tablet that it came with. And any of you who can see me in the screen here, I have the same BlackBerry phone till date. I kept it as my souvenir here. This doesn't work anymore, but this is the same phone that it is in the screen. I have one more BlackBerry that was given to me from my workplace. And to everybody's imagination blow up, I would say the tablet. This is the tablet that I bought, which BlackBerry released. I overtook iPad. I thought iPad might not be the best one, and I went ahead and purchased this BlackBerry tablet in the year 2011. That kind of fanboy I used to be for BlackBerry. It had a lot of passion, and any of you who were into corporate world during that time, you know that the only phone everybody used to say secured and good enough to be in that world is the BlackBerry device. So what happened in the year 2009, BlackBerry or RIM during that time was occupying 55% of the market share in United States. What that does mean, if you're in a room with executives and any other folks there, out of 10, 5 people were using a BlackBerry. Maybe 2 with an Apple iPhone. That's when Apple had like among the first generation iPhones. Things changed. This is year 2014, not very far from where I showed earlier slide. 42% Apple, 52% Android. Again, what does it mean? If you're in a room with 10 people, 4 of them are using Apple, 5 of them are using, let's say, Galaxy, LG, or whichever the brand that was famous then. And the one person, you have to flip a coin whether he is using either a BlackBerry or any other Microsoft or a Palm phone during that. So what happened? Why did BlackBerry fail? Well, it's same regular story like any tech company or any telecom company. It failed to innovate. Number 2, it did not listen to its users. It's very critical when you are in a producing market, you need to hear what your consumers are talking. Number 3, the leadership had a vision which did not work during that period. Vision need to be altered, it did not. So 3 things: fail to innovate, as rule book says, did not listen to the users, 101 chapter, and leadership never changed or vision never changed. Right? Wrong. BlackBerry innovated really good. It moved from keyboard based phone to touchscreen. BlackBerry Bold 9900. They open. They had a lot of apps. They added amazing technology that even iPhone did not have. This phone is from 2008. It had the technology which even Apple did not think of releasing that time. Did it not listen to the users? Yes, it did listen to the user. As I said, BlackBerry was a mass appeal only to the corporate world. But people started moving to a more generic segment. BlackBerry released certain devices, services that was more appealing to them. But it did not work. And about the leadership change, they changed the CIO and CEO 3 times in 2 years. So they did change so much. That begs the same question once again. So why did BlackBerry fail? And let me explain you from a fanboy who went ahead and dug deeper, and spoke to people in BlackBerry what exactly happened. Number 1, too much changed in too less time frame. And what happened? They lost their identity. When you think of BlackBerry, you only think, okay, people who are in corporate world or having too much security or want a secure device. That was BlackBerry's mojo. Then what happened? Why did they lose that? Because too much in very frequent time that they did stuff. You saw the timeline that I presented earlier. Segmentation. What I mean by segmentation: people who were in job life and people who are casual user. That was the divide until Apple came up, Android came up. And that brought a sudden demand in disappearance of work and life balance. I still remember when I started in job world like a decade back, work phone was supposed to be used during work time. You're back home, switch off that phone, keep it, and then you start with your own personal thing. People started moving away from that concept. We had work-life balance that disappeared. One device we wanted that could have done everything. And what does that mean? It means introduction of apps. Now let me explain you a little bit more what I mean by apps. In the year 2010, there was a user and that user has a phone and that's it. This phone is all that the person had. It had no apps, whatever it came with, that's all we used to use. Text messages, MMS, maybe email, and if you have a calendar in that, it's a big deal. That was the regular life. But then something changed. And then Apple and Google comes with something different. There is a user, there is a phone, and there are apps. What Apple and any other brand did, they promoted the concept of apps. So you go and buy any phone, your apps will go with you. This is something that BlackBerry miscalculated. They did come up with something in their own terms. They called it BlackBerry World. They had apps, but it was too late for them to bring that app. Hence, it was a big failure. They did not incentivize developers to come up with apps. They did not provide much marketing to bring users. And when they did, it was too late. People already got hooked to the ecosystem of Apple and Google. So what can we learn from this? Number one, achieving vision takes time. You heard a great speech by Akin. He laid out the whole plan for you for the year. Take your time. It takes time to plan out everything. And when you plan, calculate your moves. Every move of yours will have three things. Either it's a monolithic step that you take, or it will have a ripple effect, or third, it will have a domino effect. You take a decision, you act on your decision, that will have future 3 or 4 for future steps that will be taken automatically. Calculate them. And third, evolve, innovate, but make sure you maintain your identity. That's very, very important. And before I leave, I want to leave you with one advertisement that BlackBerry was running overseas that sums up why BlackBerry lost what it had today. It's a real ad that was run in India during that period. And it says that what kind of market BlackBerry was in, where it is trying to get. Unfortunately, it was too late for BlackBerry to pull the users.
We wear cool suits, we wear shiny shoes, we're the Blackberry Boys. Oh yeah, we're the Blackberry Boys. We're special, we're clever, we're very, very clever. We're the Blackberry Boys. Oh yeah, we're the Blackberry Boys. We do chat and we do mail. We do surf, we do all on the move. We're the Blackberry Boys. Oh yeah, we're the Blackberry Boys. We're the Blackberry Boys. Oh yeah, we're the Blackberry Boys. We're the Blackberry Boys. Oh yeah, we're the Blackberry.
Thank you, and back to you, Mr. Toastmaster.
Yes, let's give it up for Toastmaster Alvi. Wow. I wish I listened to this speech before I give my final project topic. Please, at this time, Mr. Time, I put a minute on the time. So let's give Toastmaster Avi a feedback on his speech? Mr. Tama, how we doing on time?
It's not time yet.
Okay, sir.
1 minute.
Thank you very much. So now is the portion that we have been waiting for. For our guest, remember when we first started, I talked about the three parts of this meeting, which the acronym spelled out as PI, the prepared speech, and we just had the first part of it. So we're going to go into the evaluation. Mr. President, do you want us to do the evaluation now or do everything afterwards?
No, let's just follow the agenda. If you don't mind, let's go to the table topics.
Okay, sir. So now we're going to go to the impromptu speech, the eye of our tonight's meeting. Table topics. The table topic, fellow master and guest, our table topic tonight is for us to think on our is the impromptu speeches that we can come up with questions on the answers on the fly to answer. As our president earlier mentioned, we have 2 minutes to qualify. The table topic will be from 1 to 2 minutes. At the minute, we have a green light, which means you qualify. At 1 minute, 15 seconds, 1 minute, 50 seconds, you have your yellow. At 2 minutes, you have your red, and you have 30 seconds of grace. So at this time, without further ado, I'm going to ask my question. We've heard a lot of powerful speech tonight, and my questions are from those speeches that we heard. And I'd like to volunteer people. If you don't, I need a volunteer before I start volunteering people. I need a volunteer for my first table topic. I have 1 to 4.
Then Nikita is ready.
1 to 4, you can pick one.
So I just want to make sure that I understand, what is the final warning for like a minute? Which one is it again?
Okay,
A minute.
It's like this, Nikita. Once is just hang on. Good question. I probably should have shown the colors. For table topics, as Mr. Toastmaster said, once is 1 minute, you will see this light. Can you see my green background? Once
Yes.
is 1 minute and 30 seconds, you see yellow. And once is 2 minutes, you see red. Oh, sorry, you see red.
Okay.
And then you have 30
Okay.
seconds after you see red to finish here, otherwise
Okay.
you qualify.
Okay.
Back to you, Mr. Table Topics Master. So Nikita, you're still on?
Yes, that's
Okay,
fine.
go for it. Okay, over to you, Mr. Table Topics Master.
Thank you very much for the clarification, President. So I have question 1 to 4 here. You can pick one between among those numbers. 1 to 4.
I just have to tell you which one? I just have to pick a
One
number?
number. You pick a number, yes.
Okay, 2.
Question number 2. As we all know, New Year has its own resolution, like we talked about before. So this year, what are your plans to becoming a new you in 2023?
Do I just start at any time?
Yes, you can go ahead and start.
Okay. So I do not have plans to become a new me, to be honest. I have plans to improve the person that I am right now. I usually do not make resolutions. I don't have an issue with people who choose to do so. I think that it can be a great motivator. It just depends on how it is that you perceive motivation. For me, I think about working on what I have going on right now and making it better. For 2023, I started the year off, first of all, living in another country. I live now in Puerto Vallarta, Mexico. And that was a change that I made to improve myself, to improve my well being, to improve my state of mind. I needed a different frequency. I needed a change. And so I began that journey last year with this year in mind. And so that's one of the things that I did to improve myself internally so that I can then be of better service to my clients. Another thing that I decided to do was change the way that my practice was structured. I practice in the area of family law, probate, and now trademarking. I wanted to change the way that I worked in the area of divorce specifically. And in order to do that, I had to change my client avatar. I was looking for a certain client with a certain type of mentality. And so because of that, I had to change my messaging. And I started here with this year in mind. And this year, I'm continuing those things that I started last year in hopes that I will become a better version of me, that I will become a better version of me for my clients specifically, because they are the ones that I wake up to help every day. And I want to continue doing that. And in order for me to be able to do that, I have to be in the best place possible that I can be for myself.
Thank you for that answer, for that response. I, I am in a total agreement with you. New Year resolution, I've made many, but I couldn't keep them. So my second volunteer.
I would like to go.
All right. Pick a number.
Number 4.
Lucky number 4. What are your plans to make 2023 your best year, maintaining your identity? What are your plans to make 2023 your best year to maintain your identity?
Thank you. So I started, I'm a GIS specialist. I work for City of Sugarland, and GIS is a software which I use particularly for my work. And first, I would like to explain that the plans that I have to improve myself uh, in 2023 as a professional. And then second, I will explain what are the motivation or what are the resolution I would like to take, or I would like to follow those paths so that I can make some personal changes. I mean, I can make some changes in my personal life too. So first of all, I would like to participate in a conference, uh, in a big conference which usually happens in summer in July. For on GIS, and that's like a US based main conference. I would like to participate in that, and for that, I'm actually planning to prepare a presentation so that I should not just attend the conference, but I can present a relevant topic in that conference. So that is one resolution that I have, and for that I'm actually prepared. I'm preparing myself. I'm attending small courses. I'm attending small meetings and lectures. So that is one thing I would like to do for my professional life. And for my personal life, I'm actually planning to becoming more uh, conscious about my health. I would like to do more physical exercise. Actually, I should not say more, but I should be regular on my physical activities, and I would also like to improve my food habits, food choices. So those are the two resolution I would like to take in my life in 2023. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your response. Looking at our time here, do we have time for one more question? Just take one more. Okay, one more. Next volunteer.
I would like to go.
Okay, Mr.
Dinesh,
Dennis, right?
Yes.
Dennis. Mr. Dennis, year 2022, did you go on vacation? If yes, where did you go to? If no, where would you like to travel this year if money and time is not an issue?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, first of all, hello everyone. Yeah, so 2022 is one of my best years in terms of work. Like, I mean, I did not get a chance to take vacation at the same time, like by being a consultant, like I was working on the projects, so different projects, and then I was able to financially, I was able to make money. But then unfortunately, I was not able to take vacations. Like otherwise, previously, I always made a point that I take at least like 1 or 2 vacations in a given year. But like I said, 2022 being a great year for me as a consultant, I didn't want to get a chance to do that. But given a chance in 2023, so it's just so happened that in 2019, just before the pandemic, I went to visit my parents back in India, and then I got a chance to visit Taj Mahal, and it was very beautiful. And then it was actually one of the wonders of the world. And at that time, me and my wife, we kind of not made a commitment, but then we said we will take our kids to all the wonders of the world as a family. And then first one being the Taj Mahal. So, and this year, the second one we wanted to do is the one very close to where we live from Houston, down in Mexico. It's called Chichen Itza. That's also on the list. So I would like to go there, but then we want to take a cruise. Then we went on a cruise a few years ago, but then we kind of missed it somehow. But that's another place that I want to visit. And then maybe if I have like more time, then money is not a constraint. And like I said, I would like to take my family to all the wonders of the world, China, and then Paris, and then all the 7 wonders of the world that are on the list. So that's my game plan.
Thank you very much for your response. Mr. Timer, did everyone qualify on table topic?
I'm sorry. Table topics, the 3 speakers qualified.
Thank you. I would like us to vote on our table topic now.
Yeah, just give me a moment. Table topics. Yeah. Sorry.
We should vote for
While you are waiting for me, if you want to ask any question to maybe the guests, because I'm just trying to enter the names now.
Okay. So while we're waiting on that, Nikita,
Yes.
What did you think about the table topics? Questions, the table topic questions.
I thought that they were good. Generally, asking similar things about the forecast for this year, like what do you want to do? So it's in line with what we've been talking about for the most part of the day is, kind of how you want to move through 2023.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. The poll is up. We can cast our vote. I don't know if we can see, we all see the screen, see the pop-up. Let's cast our vote to our president.
Should we vote for the prepared speech too?
Okay, for the prepared speech, yes, we will do that right after. We'll talk about that. My friend Avi just went over slightly by a minute. That's I would have loved to be able to compete with him tonight, but in the spirit of total transparency, I shouldn't say because it's my friend, then I will let it go by. So he went over by 58 seconds. Actually, by 28 seconds. I beg your pardon. 28 seconds. So his time was 12:58.
12:58.
So there will be no need for
voting by default.
For voting for the prepared speakers.
Okay.
Got it.
Yeah. All right, I think we have the winner, so we can continue, Mr.
Okay, sir. Okay, Mr. President. At this time, I will like to turn over to Madam General Evaluator.
Thank you,
for her report.
Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster. All right, I'm going to call on my team to do our functionaries to do their evaluation report. And then, oh, sorry. The next one is the speech evaluation. Like we mentioned before, giving evaluation is a very important part of our Toastmaster to give feedbacks, receive feedbacks that will improve our leadership and also the our speaking skills. So our first speaker is Mr. Akin, and his evaluator will be Abby. Abby.
Thank you, Madam General Evaluator. Akin, first of all, congratulations for starting the 2023 with a phenomenal speech. And maybe that's what we required with Southwest Project Management Toastmasters Club. I'm going to split my evaluation into 3 parts. Number 1, what you did well. Number 2, a challenge that I might throw at you and you can implement it in your next speech. And number 3, what was phenomenal about your speech? All right, let's get rolling. What did you do well? First of all, great start, amazing start. The tone of the whole presentation was look forward. You started with a question and you gave the whole path towards it. It was very compelling baseline. And what I mean by compelling baseline, you started by sharing your own story. That gave us like what we need to think from. You threaded your roadmap from starting to the end very well. The points basically that you mentioned, believe, nail the past, engineer your tomorrow, your why, and make it happen. This is something first, believe yourself what you want to do, then nail the past, engineer your tomorrow, know why you're engineering, and then finally make it happen. Smart way of doing it. That brings me to my next point, smarter. The way you mentioned, do it smart and do it smarter, ER, the exciting and the risk it. I never heard of it, but that's something that stuck to me very well. Thank you for sharing that amazing speech segment. The challenge. One of the challenge, and again, this is something I have experienced knowing you for more than 3 years now on this Toastmaster platform. Wherever you are, not you, all of us. If Akin is on the agenda, he's speaking, make sure you attend it. Because his speeches are so good. They teach you a lot from his own experience, and then they give you what you need to go home with. That's the best part about his speech. Now, this is where my challenge comes to you, Akin. Today's speech was amazing. I would like you to challenge that the next speech that you give, maybe you can give a little bit more animated ending. What I mean by that is the way you started, continued, you just ended. Until you ended, I was like, okay, what happened? Not that I was thinking something else, I was not present with you. It just the speech ended. And you had a very special ending. You referred your better half of your life with certain ending. So I thought if you can make it a little animated, it would have been better. Finally, my third point. What was phenomenal? Your passion. You start your speech with so much passion. You're trying to explain why you are in this journey, why you want us to be in this journey. You make your passion so compassionate that we all think, yes, if this person is so vibrant with his own journey, we can also do it. So you lay that roadmap for us. And I hope I am on my timelines because I don't see a green, red, yellow. So I would love to pass the ball back to my
Sorry.
general evaluator. Thank you. Back to you, Madam General
You are
Evaluator.
good. You are good. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Abby, for the wonderful evaluation. Our second evaluator is Mr. Akin. He will evaluate Abby's speech, and his title is One of My Favorite Purchase. And as a reminder, Soma, you are going to time Akin and 2 minutes, 2.5, and 3 minutes. Okay, and let's welcome. Please help me welcome Akin.
Thank you, Madam General Evaluator. Avi. Thank you so much. Just like you said about me, again, I'm not saying it because you said it about me. Once your name is on the agenda, you know, people actually like to say, okay, how is Avi gonna come at us this time? And I know, particularly, I mean, the title of your speech, one of my favorite pouches, and taking us on the journey of blackberries. I thought that was fantastic. And most of us, I think we were already at least young adults in the years that BlackBerry, I was all over the place. So being able to prepare that, I think that was very good. So my evaluation is actually 3 things that you did really well, which I like. I was going to look for 2 opportunity areas, but I could only find one. And then the other one was 1 key takeaway. The key takeaways. Now, in your presentation, you started with that story by asking questions, by connecting with the audience, by letting people know this is what you are going to talk about, and then letting them think back. You took us on a journey back, which I really like. Again, you connected with my presentation by saying, like Akin said, there's no better way to allow your audience to appreciate your co-presenters other than by saying that. I thought that was very good. Many people, because they like to win at all costs, they wouldn't want to say that. When you see something that is good in someone else's speech, you always say that. So thank you so much, Avi. So the 3 things: number 1, the blueberry story was very good. Number 2, your slides were very clear and well structured. I really like it. And you spoke like my grandfather would speak to us, you know, taking us through things step by step. I thought that was very good. And then, of course, you ended it with a video. And the video was so fun that I didn't want it to end. I was even thinking, okay, Avi, I mean, I hope you're not going to stop this so that you could stay within 12 minutes and 30 seconds, but you kept it going. I really like that, to be honest with you. You might not have been voted for tonight, but I think you are a winner. I can tell you that. In terms of one opportunity area, I would say just think about how you can reduce your time so that you stay within time. That's the only, otherwise, I don't really have anything. I mean, the flow was good. The story, one could follow it. Your points were very clear, well laid out, and one could learn from it. And what is one key takeaway? You ended it with a video. I mean, nobody could argue with that. That was phenomenal. In fact, I was biting myself idea. I said, Avi, you got to win this. You got to win this. And then it went over. So thank you so much, Avi, for bringing it. Well done.
Thank you. Thank you for the wonderful evaluation. Mr. Timer, Miss Timer, did both evaluator qualify within 2 to 3 minutes?
So what was my time? Summer.
Yes, your time is 3 minutes, 23 seconds.
That's
Okay.
exactly what I have here.
Okay.
And Avi's time was 2 minutes and 57 seconds.
Okay. So
Both evaluators qualify.
All right.
Now the challenge for me is to now drop the poll. Sorry, let me quickly.
Thank you for akin to wearing multiple hats tonight.
Yeah, it's tough right now. I'm trying.
Yeah.
Okay. Best evaluator. Sorry. Okay. Let me. Yes, it's hard to be doing a lot of things at the same time. So Avi first evaluator and Akin second evaluator. Save and then launch. Okay, let's vote for the 2 evaluators, please. Thank you.
All right. So
Excellent.
now,
We're done. Thank you.
great. So now I'm going to move on to our evaluation team. And our first functionary is grammarian. And our grammarian of the day is Miss Nikita.
Okay. So do I do it for each person separately?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll start with Avi. So I did not detect any grammatical errors. I could have missed it because this is my first time. But the tone of your speech was like very consistent throughout and everything. I thought that it was like really, really good. And I think it said, what else am I supposed to? Begins catching positive phrases used by all. I mean, I thought that the entire thing was pretty positive. I thought that it was more on the side of being educational. So I did like that he took answering the question about his favorite purchase and turned it into something that also educated people about cell phones and gave you information that I didn't know that I would be interested in. But very good, like very captivating. I enjoyed it. Can you please pronounce your name again, Toastmaster?
Oh, sorry, my name is
Yeah.
Akin. I'm so sorry.
Akeem, okay.
Akin,
Because everybody's is on the thing and I didn't see yours, so I was gonna ask.
I'm sorry.
I like no, it's fine. Same thing. I did not detect a lot of grammatical errors. Neither party had a lot of fillers either. But you guys have been doing this for a while, so it makes sense. And your positive phrases were, you know, the motivating, like keep going to the end, pay attention, don't look back. So the tone of your speech was very positive and seemingly in tune with what it is that we were talking about today, which is, you know, looking forward to 2023 and improvement and things like that. So very good.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Grammarian Nikita. And my next functionary is our art counter, Ms. Soma.
Hi. Yeah, so today I am the counter, and as far I heard uh, your speech, first I will go with Akin. Uh, I only catch 2 hours. There was no show. I might miss something, but I mean those hours might be, maybe just a pause or maybe continuation of something. I'm not sure, but that's what I realized. And then for Avi, I have heard 2 shows, but I I think that those shows are not filler words. Those are actually a part of your speech. Uh, so then, and then for Nikita, I found 7 hours, 5 shows. For Dinesh, I found 10 hours and 8 or 9 shows, and then one, maybe 2 to 4. And for myself, I was trying to count like in my head, maybe 5 hours or 7 shows, but I'm pretty sure I have used way more than that. I'm sorry about that. Uh, yeah, so these are my reports. And thank you. Back to you, Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you. Thank you, Madam Soma. And my next function is Mr. Timer. Okay. Do you want to give the time report?
Okay. Thank you, Madam General Evaluator. For the prepared speeches, I believe, Summer, you said that it took me 7 minutes and 20 seconds, right?
Yes.
Okay. So Akin, 7 minutes, 20 seconds, Avi, 12 minutes and 58 seconds. For the impromptu speeches, Nikita, 2 minutes and 14 seconds. Summer, 2 minutes and 7 seconds. Dinesh, 2 minutes and 3 seconds. For the evaluation, I believe Avi was 2 minutes and 57 seconds, and then I was 3 minutes and 22 or 23 seconds.
23 seconds.
Yeah, that's right. So that's my report. Back to you, Madam General Evaluator.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Timer. And now I'm going to give everyone's the overall evaluation. So as we start a little bit late because we're trying to fill out the functionaries. So that's something that we should improve for the future. I believe we did send out a couple of promotion emails before the meeting. Michael did one and Ken did another one past week and this week. But however, maybe because of the new year and the holiday and people just come back to work and then they have a lot of things, so they couldn't come. But I'm glad we have 2 new guests that can joining us, and Nikita can pick up roles right away for their first time. So really appreciate your help and give us the wonderful impromptu speech as well. So that's really appreciate. And then the whole meeting, I think, is run really well thanks to Mr. Toastmaster. Everybody tried to wear multiple hats. So Akin, he's the speaker, the evaluator, the timer, and also the
Ballot counter.
count. And then our Toastmaster is a Toastmaster, but also the impromptu speech master, table topic master, and Soma, our counter and timer. So we all learn from all these different roles, and we may seem a little bit slow at some time, but again, we all a team and we all work together and try to make this successful meeting. And that's the most important thing, to make everybody involved and everybody learn from it. And also the guest was graded really well, and I really like the introduction that Nikita and also Dinesh gave us, and the introduction and telling us why you are here. I think there's briefly there's one guest, but she show up and then disappear. So anyhow, hopefully she can join us in the future. And the next thing is the theme. I think the theme of the is 2023, the your best year yet. So again, it's very beginning of the year is a really good topic for everybody to think about, how we can start our year 2023 and New Year resolution, and then keep up with all our plan and becoming a better us. So that's a great thing that was chosen. And table topic also very match with all our themes. Three questions being asked: why we were um, plan to be a new you, and then how you maintain the best year as 2023, and also where do you want to go for vacation. So some about work, about personal life, and some is about vacation. That's really good. So that's match our themes. And the speakers, they both perform really well. I really enjoy their speech, just like the evaluator. They evaluate each other, said the best speech. We know we are so lucky to hear these two experienced speakers telling us the two different topics. And with Kim, I really enjoy and motivate by your speech. And then, of course, with Abby, you also maintain your style, telling us this the brand, and then talking about how they become successful and fail. Actually, BlackBerry is a Canadian company, and one of my classmates in university, she actually worked for BlackBerry for 1 year, and she was contractor a short time. But she said, I remember what she said to me. Sorry, I tried to elaborate on this point. So what she said, her experience at BlackBerry, she said she's overtime all the time. So basically everybody works 60, 70 hours. So it matched what you say. There's so many changes, and then everybody has worked so hard to maintain that. And then people just lost their, like maybe a couple of weeks, maybe a couple of months. But if you want to do months after months, year after year, it's really difficult to maintain the morale of the team. And she quit, like maybe less than a year. She couldn't stand anymore. So anyhow, that's a little bit out of the topic, but really enjoy the speech. And also with the impromptu speech, I really enjoy Nikita's speech, and also the Soma speech about your work to do a conference, and also how you be conscious with your health. And Dinesh, I guess I understand that when you work, you want to concentrate with work, but you want to spend some time with your family as the same. Yeah, so to make the work-life balance. So, but that's good. And then you talk about the wonder of word. I really, really like that topic. And the evaluator, just like the speakers, they both experience very great evaluation. So I'm I hope everybody learn from their evaluation and then think about how you can give feedback to others. And we have a little bit timer because we have both Soma and Akin, but we both try to maintain the time and also try to do our roles. And it again is difficult to maintain multiple hats. So I want to say thank you to all of us. Try to make this meeting a successful meeting. And overall, I think we did really well. Thank you. Back to you, Mr. Toastmaster.
Thank you very much, Madam General Evaluator. Thank you, fellow Toastmaster, and thank you to all our guests for attending our meeting tonight. I really appreciate our guests. Please, can we give it up for our guests? They came in and they answered questions and they even took roles. We hope to see you again. So the moment we have been waiting for is here. The exciting moment that all of us have been waiting for the presentation of awards. This time, Mr. President, do you have the winners? While we have the drum rolling?
I sent you the winners.
Oh, okay.
You have it in your chat.
All right, I'm just looking at it here. So let's have the drum rolling for us to announce our winner. All right, for the prepared speech, Mr. Akim won. For our impromptu speech, drum rolling, is no other person but our guest, Nikita. And our general evaluator, the winner is Toastmaster Abby. So that's it for me for tonight. At this time, I will turn it over to Mr. President. Over to Mr. President.
Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster. Let's give him a big round of applause. Let's give him a big round, and all our functionaries, thank you all so much for tonight. Before I get going, I would probably like to share with you my Toastmasters why very quickly. My Toastmasters why. To those who know my story, I went to a PMI Houston event to speak. A lady caught up with me after my speech and said, Akin, you know what? I think you're going to bless many lives if you could join Toastmasters. Meanwhile, I'd heard about Toastmasters before when I was in Canada and even Australia, but I didn't really take it seriously. Lo and behold, I listened to that lady and I visited the PMI-sponsored Toastmasters, which is this club, in 2016. Since then, I have been a part of this club. And with that said, what's my Toastmasters why? I joined on the advice of that lady to come in here and help people. Because my purpose in life is very simple, is to use my strengths to serve others. That's really my purpose. The easiest way for anybody to get me to do anything that I don't even have time to do is to tell me, hey, Akin, you know what, you can do this. I'd really like you to come and bless some people here, help some people here, support some people here. That is my life's purpose. Anywhere where I can do that. But again, I came to Toastmasters. I have been able to support different people at different levels, but I've actually learned more about me, my abilities, my inabilities, areas where I need to improve. And that's really helping me today, even not just in my personal life, even on the business side of things. People know me now that anywhere I am, when they speak, they say, Akin is here now. I have to be careful what I say, how I say it. Otherwise, it's going to be providing me feedback. So it's not as if I've become a police, but rather people see me as someone who is very disciplined and would provide them very honest feedback. I was at a summit yesterday, And I was invited to that summit, even though I was one of the executive sponsors of the groups who organized the summit. The primary reason they invited me was, I think some of these young professionals will be speaking. I'd really like you to listen to them and provide them individual feedback at the end of it all. And that was all I did this morning, to provide them honest feedback. So I'm so happy for what Toastmasters has done in my life. I'm so happy for all of you. Thank you for supporting me to be who I am. I came here to help people, but you have actually helped me a lot more than I'll be able to help others. That is my Toastmasters why. That is why I keep coming. Thank you also very much. Now, closing this meeting, I'd really like to thank our sponsor, PMI Houston, for continuing to sponsor us. And I'd like to quickly ask Nikita and Dinesh to provide us their very quick feedback and to give us an idea when we should be sending them the application form so they may join. Nikita, do you want to go first?
Sure. I didn't know what to expect. This is my first Toastmasters meeting, period. I've never attended one before, but it was a great introduction. And this was probably the best group to start with because you guys are very welcoming, very understanding. And so I really appreciate it. I had a nice time. I'm going to visit a couple of more because I'm a woman who loves choices. I can't help that, but I'm gonna try a couple of them. But I like you guys, and I really did enjoy myself today. And so I want to say thank you, for allowing me to join your meeting today.
Thank you very much. You're very welcome. And please feel free to come as a guest as frequently as you would like to come. Please don't feel the pressure. Don't feel the pressure that anybody is going to come after you to join. No, just come as frequently as you can.
I will definitely be back. I'll be back.
Okay, thank you. Dinesh, over to you.
Yeah, so like I said, this is my second Toastmasters group that I've been attending. So this is my third session. I've attended 2 before. And the other one is like kind of in person, but then that's tomorrow. I most likely will go for that as well. But I'm trying to be part of multiple Toastmasters. And then this group today, I kind of really like the people. I think everybody's warm and then friendly, welcoming. So my plan is to continue to do both. So most likely I would like to have an application, and then I would like to be part of the this Toastmasters group. And then I'll continue to do the other one in person as well.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, Dinesh. We will be sending you the form as you requested. On that note, the last 2 of the last activities that I have tonight is number 1, to announce tonight's shout out moment winner. And I was going to say Dinesh is the winner of the shout out moment tonight because despite its limited availability, despite the fact that is where he is, he was able to join and was able to participate in the event. So let's please put our hands together for Dinesh as our shout out moment winner tonight. Way to go, Dinesh. Thank you so much. And my last task tonight is to adjourn this meeting. But before I adjourn the meeting, I want to remind us that we've got the district spring contest coming up. We're going to be having the area contest on the 4th of March and the division contest on the 1st of April. And I am your division director, so I'm kind of wearing multiple hats right now. I'd really appreciate it. Some, who else can I? Jessica, maybe Mr. Secretary as well, Toastmaster Mike. I'd really like us to have representatives at the contest on the 4th of March. It's a Saturday and it's going to be in the morning. The time has not been set yet, but it's Saturday and in the morning. I just need 2 representatives. One to do the international speech and the other to do the evaluation speech contest. So during the next meeting, we are going to talk more about it. I might even have a speaking slot just to talk more about that. I'd like to talk about that as well as our performance as a club so far. particularly during the first 6 months, so that we know what our target is during this second half of the Toastmaster year, and we can just zero in on our target and hit it, because we are still way behind right now where I'd like us to be, but I know we will get there. So that's all I've got tonight. Any closing thought, anyone, before I adjourn the meeting? Anyone? Yes.
I just have a request.
Yes.
For Mr. Avi. Mr. Avi, so I'm going to be sending you an invite to speak on one of my other club, if you don't mind.
Sure, yeah, that would be fun.
Yeah, just let me know the day so I can show up.
All right, sir.
Yeah, I'm an external watcher of that club as well, so I know exactly the club I was talking about. It will be really nice.
Yes, sir.
So thank you all so much. Any other closing thought, anyone? It's 8:04 now.
Yeah, Akin, I would like to do a presentation in our next meeting.